Welcome to another segment of Picking Up the Pieces with JKC, your host for Understanding My Life as a Whole. Let's get into my life again on part 31. It has been 535 days since I started the blog and keep on being a live stream till the story has made itself known. It has been 772 days since I lost everything that means so much to me, and I'm working on getting them back. It has been 481 days since I stopped drinking. No more drink from here anymore, and will stay clean to my very last day. What am I going to talk about this time? Well, on a lighter note, I kind of have much to say this time around. It's been 3 weeks since I had my last blog, whatever you want to call it these days. Yes, I had recently done a haircut. Had like bushy, big black hair all over my head, and had to trim it down so I look more like a citizen of the United States of America, as you can see. A bit more cleaned up. But yeah. The last few weeks have been pretty rough. I want to say 2021 has been interesting to start this year off. I mean, for me personally and those who are around me, it's just been eventful by most. It has been a ride, to say the least. It has its ups and downs like any other year, any other day, any other week, and etc. As you know, I'm still currently at my residence. I'm in process of trying to get some other place to live, that'd be in a small apartment, etc., or try to live with family. I'm just trying to make myself have a more logical thinking of how to go about myself to make myself better. It's just been really hard the last few weeks. I've had problems with my vision. I had my teeth cleaned for the first time in 7 years. I have dealing with a lot of debt like any other normal American has. I've been dealing with a lot of personal stuff with myself, not really my relations with other friends and associates or my family, just myself. Trying to get help. I'm going to be seeing the good doctor in a couple days to get checked up on and all that good stuff. It's just been it's been a little rocky for the most part. Sometimes phone works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Making sure to put on my footnote about my appointment reminder, put on my handy dandy calendar, not calculator. Caught myself in my own little stupidity right there. It'll be happening on the 25th. So I used to take meds. I'm working on trying to get back on my meds to help me function a bit better. I take some antidepressants. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but I do. Helps me a bit. I mean, I should try to limit myself of smoking this. From time to time and all that good stuff. And as a reminder to anyone that watches, make sure to wear a mask. Please do not disown the mask wearing it like this, or this, or this, or especially don't have it like in the back of your head, because coronavirus is not going to eat at your hair, by the way. It's going to eat at your eyes and your mouth, but don't try to cover your eyes because you got to see. So now you're going to be doing shit like this all day where you're like, no, what the fuck's going on? Like, see this chair right there? I mean, desk is right there. Yeah, don't use it as a blindfold. It is for your mouth, and try to slow down this pandemic, this spread. I'm not your news forecaster, but there's a lot of stuff been going on with the news. If you watch it, great, you're up to date. If you don't, newsflash, watch the news. If it's fake news, it's still news. Everything on this channel or anything in your life can be altered by different means. And I do appreciate I appreciate whoever does watch these videos. Maybe I might give you some helpful advice. Maybe you're just bored and want to watch what the freak I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Whatever suits your fancy. But no, lately I've been having some withdrawals, a lot of anxiety. I mean, a lot of anxiety. And it's not even based on this pandemic. It's slowed my stuff I need to do, like anybody else, but hasn't rendered me or, physically hurt me anyway. I mean, I was going to talk about a time I was in jail. I decided not to talk about it because I'm not comfortable talking about it. So I removed that whole segment from my channel because it was not really pleasant. So I don't feel like talking about it. Will I ever talk about it? I'll reference it from time to time, but I really won't talk about it that much. To be completely honest with you or anybody else that's watching. Yeah, it's just been it's been one of those weeks, days, whatever the case may be. Need to go back and read this thing when I get into my office and not focus on my phone, because starting soon I want to start to have this in my bedroom so I'm not distracted, and if I have messages, whatever, I wear my handy dandy watch. I think it should be, and it works, by the way. As you see, it works. It tells me what I need to know, and then that's all I need to know. Because I've just not really care so much the social media aspect, like Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all that. I'm kind of done for it. I mean, I don't. I mean, yeah, I have my Instagram out there, but I don't get on it. It's like a time capsule of what life used to be for me. Then every time I look at those old photos, I get hurt by it a lot mentally, because it puts on a damper of pain I don't really need to endure right now, with loss and sadness. My music's been iffy lately with what I'm listening to, and Doesn't really damper me, doesn't really put any stress on me. It's just, it's whatever. Plus, I like to vent. If I can't vent to a friend, I just resolve to hear, like an audio log. The time this started about 10:50 p.m. on January 23rd, 2021. Not 2020, because we're past that year already, if you haven't known yet. But no, it's a rough journey for the most part. But as all things come to pass, there's always going to be that time of peace and prosperity. For some of you, it might have happened in your 30s. Some of you, it happened in your 20s. Maybe your 40s. But the way you live your life is the way how you're going to get prosperity. If you want peace, if that means cutting back on your drinking, cutting back on your smoking, if you have a family, take care of it. You created it, you should take care of it. If you have family relatives, try to take care of your family, because the only bonds you'll really have that are stronger than any bond you'll ever have in your life is family. And that's it. I mean, yes, you have the good Heavenly Lord right here as your spiritual advisor in a spiritual sense, but he's spiritual. In the flesh and your embodiment, it's going to be physical stuff. Like I said, with family is one of your strongest bonds you'll have on this earth. And you want to keep it together. Friends, as I've learned, they come and go. Even the ones they say will be there at your hardest, most difficult portion of your life, they're not there. They disappear. They leave. They get scared. They don't want to deal with your shit. It's not a friend. It's like an acquaintance. Real friends will stay with you to the last day you live. And then they will cry at your funeral that you passed. Or you cry at their funeral when they pass. True friends stay till their friend is buried in the ground. True friends will. If I see myself at friends' funerals the next 10 years, I'll most definitely be there. Supporting their family, their lover, their kids. Because that person was a good person. They lived a decent life. They left a void behind, but they lived their life the way they wanted to, in peace and happiness. And we cannot take that from others. Really can't. I can't force you my logic of my autism, my anxiety on you. I just go by my little cheat sheet I made when I was in jail, so I have something to guide myself through these several months, try to get things going. But my issue is it takes time. It really does. I mean, there's a lot of things right now. It's time is the enemy of some things. It's patience and time that will eat away at just about anything. And right now, it is eating me a bit, waiting on things, just the formality about it. It eats you inch by inch, waiting on things, but you're going to have to get things later. The concept is, I know, very not understanding for most, but patience is something that will give you rewards later. My life was not built in a day like Rome was not built in a day. And your life will not be built in a day either. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not be built in a day. You're going to have to lay down a lot of stones and a lot of concrete and a lot of wood and a lot of glass and a lot of plaster, a lot of this, a lot of that. Before you know it, you'll have your dream home. And then you have your dream home. Then you want to furnish it. You want to put people in there. And once they're all there, you find peace. You find calming. You find purpose. Right now, I'm trying to survive like anybody else. Yeah, people could have all that right now, but they're not happy. They're surviving. You don't want to live this life surviving. You want to live this life full of enjoyment, life, love, happiness. And be excited, hopeful. But if you live your life in darkness, sadness, anger, frustration, depression, all of it swirls down the bottom of the barrel that you want to look at to kill yourself with because you're just think there's no hope. Or cut your wrist because you think it might be better to do that. Or take some poison and just end your life quietly while anybody's not paying no attention. But that's not what you should do. What I need to do, and I can teach others, you have to dig deep. You got to get right here. You need to dig deep down here to make everything out there better. But you got to dig deep in here and in here. If that means you have to reform yourself, readapt to what is the new environment you're in, adapt. Don't live in the past. It's over. 2020 is over. This is 2021 now. Whatever you did last year, if it didn't help you this year, you're doing it wrong. And whatever you did last year that helps you this year, you're doing something right. For me, I had a step back, a big one. It hurt a lot. So this year, trying to adapt, evolve, get stronger and better. That way, at the end of this year, I can look back at these videos and go, yeah, I conquered. I conquered my own personal demons and challenges in my heart and in my mind. Can it be accomplished in a day? No. Unfortunately. Could it take counseling or therapy? Possibility. Could it help in the long run? It all depends on where your thumb points at every time you put your thumb like this. Like your thumb, where your thumb points at is what really matters. Like I said, right now, I don't have a woman. Personally, I don't have a job that I got a couple weeks ago. Still working there. I've over so many days just said about missing everything. It's been over 2 years. And how can I fix that? I can. But I can only fix one thing. That's it. I would hope everything else just lines itself out to where it just makes sense. So 2021 could be the year of redemption, could be the year of excellence, progress. If I've tried to actually get into a routine of working out in a disciplinary action with the mindset of getting things done and not focused on things I cannot control. Take these notes too if you like. Because certain things outside your bubble you cannot control. You can't control the weather. You can't control his or her feelings. You cannot control your children. You try. But like all humans, with our instincts, we're not meant to be controlled by somebody else. It is stated in history over the years. The only person you can control is yourself at the end of the day. Whatever actions you do today could lead something in tomorrow's results. Your own actions, who you talk with, what you do, how you go about conducting your business. There's a lot of factors. A lot of factors. And I know I should practice what I preach. Hopefully, if I dig deep, realize where the faults are at, I can prosper, just like anybody else. It's just been a mental problem for me right now. Physically, I can get a lot of stuff done. Mentally, I don't know if I can get it done. There's a damper right here in my brain. For somebody else, if you're mentally and physically there, get it done. Make it go away. For a person like me, it takes time of understanding, some perseverance, and some guidance. I can go pretty far. But it's up to me to get it done my way. Like, for example, this little trinket that I still hold in my office as a reminder of a good accomplishment done. I need to dig deep to this person and results will happen. It is my Boy Scout, Eagle Scout merit badge and pin. It's supposed to be worn on my uniform, but I haven't had the time to go put it on my uniform. And it's been 7 years? I just haven't had the need for it. I like it even its box. And it showed the rewards still. It's right there. I keep it as a reminder of an accomplishment that I have done in my past. But it's the only one I have accomplishment for. Not a lot of men have this in their office, their personal belongings. No. That was earned with integrity, trust, loyalty, determination, strength, and the courage of not backing down from an objective. But I haven't thought like that in over 7 years. I got lazy. I literally got lazy. Maybe I should oh wait a minute, I did that as my tattoo right here to remind me of who I am as a person. Not what I've done, but who I am as a person. I may have done great things, I may have done bad things. But this right here will always stand on who I am as a person. A leader. Leaders lead, but they also learn how to lead a proper way. If it's being a pacifist way or an aggressive way. There's only two ways you can lead: passive or aggressive. Aggressive, domination, control, use brute strength. Passive, use the wise mind method and use your thoughts as power. And be patient on what you have to think and say with your logical reasoning to get things done. If you just go bold, it's possible. But if I was supposed to eat the baby food, I would be a pessimist right now and then work my way up into an aggressive, getting more things done faster with the logical thinking of it. And I still applaud whoever does watch. You could be my number one fan, I would not even know. But there'll be a bit of a learning curve this year. The truth is, 7 years almost since I earned that. February 27th, 2014 is when I earned that. What have I done with that? Not a damn thing. I need to take back the last 7 years and turn into something better. Change. It's the only way you can do things. But I've thought about I have to pay my debt to society first. Maybe read more of this as a guide, a tool. So this is what this is a guide and a tool. I'm not going to preach what's said in here, but reading this could help. Because not everybody gone through anything like this here. No. These are examples of how people have done to make how they got through things. But we also got to figure this. If we didn't really have these, and let's be honest, if we really didn't have these, the world would be a lot better place, to be honest. If we only had computers just like this, I think we'd just be fine. Honestly, we would. Because this is just a mini version of a computer. Your smartphone is, or a tablet. And honestly, yes, this is a good way to communicate quickly, faster with a lot of people worldwide and all that, but it can also be a danger too. I would say watch what you say, but you should know that already. Watch what you do when you post. Because anything you use out there could be used against you anytime, anywhere. That's why I made my commitment to stay off most of social media, because I really want to know what anybody else is doing. It could offend me, it could hurt me, or make me happy for somebody else. It's like a form of envy, though. It's a sin. And you don't want to envy others. You really don't. It doesn't get you anywhere. It makes you more pity about yourself. So I don't do it. There's nothing for me out there in social media, to be honest. So I live my life a bit more confined. The less social media, the better. I mean, yeah, here on YouTube, just get better right here. My PlayStation Network, play some games, put on live streams every so often. That's good. If y'all are interested, you can watch some of the playlists on my channel for insight on a game that you may or may like. I only have so many right now, but I want to expand my library on other games. in the future, because it's just a channel of just general things. As you all know, I have sang and not really good at it because I don't really have an instrument. So thing like my friend Tyler, and he's gonna get a guitar. I almost feel like getting one myself, but a more basic, just to do something different. Try to get out of the loop of the comfortability that you have and change your circle, make it a little bit bigger. Because right now everybody's circle is kind of small. They're comfortable where they're at. Even though we're going through a pandemic, before the pandemic happened, you were already comfortable in your circle. What you should do is make it bigger. Get it bigger, and maybe go back down to small, depending how big you want to make it, because maybe you cannot afford the bigger circle. You have to go back down to your smaller one. But at least if you expand your smaller circle to a big one, you experience more things. If that means you need to experience more people outside your workplace or not, just try to talk to other people, learn from other people's experiences. Because the more information you learn about others and what you learn can be more vital than what you actually think. If that's reading the history of the world. But not my everything could relate to you. But by just learning other people's experiences could elevate you, make yourself feel better, stronger, and more of the open mindset of possibilities out there. You stay in the small circle, be comfortable, not go anywhere. Expand it, make it a little bigger. And if it's comfortable right there, make it even bigger than that one, and then make it even bigger than the world to where you had multiple circles. They just got larger because you added more into your circle, so it got bigger. And if it has to go back down to the micromanagement, then that's fine. But you have to get out of your loop and make it bigger. If not, you're not improving yourself. You plateaued with society. You plateaued with your own personal goals. You have to keep increasing everything pretty much every few months. If not, you're just going to get too comfortable where you're at and you're done. And for a guy like me at 25, I got to keep going up. I can't plateau right now. I got to keep going up. I should plateau when I hit 50, maybe 60 or 70. I can't plateau right now. No way. I got to plateau when it's more maturity than you actually should need in your life. There's never enough that's too much of something. More maturity, the better. More wisdom, the better. And more life experiences will help you in the long run. Like I learned a lot of life experience being in jail. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. When I was confined a few times by myself, I learned a bit about myself. Learning how to reforge myself. And it takes time. I mean, hopefully the next few videos I can make, I can show some progress. And you might see a smile on my face. But I can't really promise you that. I can't promise you tomorrow. I cannot promise you next year. I can't promise you a decade. And I cannot promise you a century. The only thing I can do now is just be patient and wait. And see where life goes the next 3 months, 6 months to 9 months to a whole year. Let's see what we could do in 2021 that we could not do in 2020. right? Can we all agree to that? And I'm not going to try to challenge you because I cannot control you, but if you want to challenge yourself, take a moment, look yourself in the mirror, look at all the pros and look at the cons of all the pros and cons of your current lifestyle right now. Take deep thoughts and look at it. Don't just go, psh, it's nothing, whatever. Psh. Take the time. Look yourself dead in the mirror and go, is this where I want to be right now? This is who I want to be? Am I comfortable where I'm at? Do I want to get better? Only you can answer yourself those questions. Like I only can answer my own questions. But as I mentioned in my other videos, to the left right here from the last segment, and the story will keep going. And I will end off here with my usual outro. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for enjoying the vlog. I'll see you all next time on Picking Up the Pieces by JKC. Have a great day. And always, one day. Enjoy your evening, morning, or afternoon.